Hi guys, it's Rock21 here coming at you with a new album review. And something just hit me that's really weird. I have only ever once mentioned Deep Purple. I absolutely adore Deep Purple, and I own a pretty good number of their albums. So with 2018 being Deep Purple's 50th year anniversary as a band, it only made sense for me to want to review one of their albums. So this time I'm choosing to review 1971's Fireball. But why Fireball? Well, you see, Fireball is placed right in between Deep Purple's two greatest albums, In Rock and Machine Head. So it's kind of often overlooked and underappreciated. Also because it lacks the seriously heavy metal vibes of In Rock, its predecessor, and the popularity and familiarity of its successor, Machine Head. But I think it being the transitional album of the two great Deep Purple albums will make it a really interesting review. Almost as interesting as this album cover. I mean, what the hell is going on here? I mean, you see, here on their last album, first album from Mark II lineup, we got these guys here carved into a mountain, Rushmore style. No, what's this? They're like flying through space on a frickin' big old magenta space sperm. This one is a scorcher. The whole band is just blazing through this one. Especially Ian Pace. Oh my gosh, his drumming. It's on fire. The heat he brings on in this track, it's just extraordinary. Fireball is a blazing fast inferno whose flame never lingers for even a mere second, and it could probably be considered one of the first ever speed metal tracks. And aside from Pace's burning hot drum bending wizardry, we're also treated to a smoking organ solo from John Lord. And that spaceship sound at the beginning, that's just the noise of a giant air conditioner being turned on. Because this Fireball's just too hot. Track 2 is called No, No, No. And I distinctly remember, like, not even 2 weeks ago, I used to not like this song for some reason. And now I don't love it like I love some other Deep Purple songs. But I really like it, and it has this cool kind of Ian Gillan-y vibe to it. And you could really tell that the singer was a big part in writing this song. There's lots of nice bluesy-ish guitar licks from Richie Blackmore. And it's kind of a long song, not super long, but it's like 7 minutes. So there's lots of room for all the musicians to get some pretty cool solos out, which is nice. It's a pretty nice track, but the best version of the song is live from the Beat Club. No, No, No is a pretty solid track. You guys may not know this, but I'm American. And there are bajillions of awesome things about being American. But you know what one of those things isn't? Not having Demon's Eye on the American version of Fireball. I absolutely love Demon's Eye. It's one of the reasons why I bought Fireball in the first place. So I have to admit, I was a little disappointed when I found out that us Americans got Strange Kind of Woman for track 3 instead of Demon's Eye like the Brits do. But no matter, Strange Kind of Woman is still an awesome song and holds up on its own very nicely as being a Deep Purple classic. Technically, it's one of Deep Purple's pop songs, but it's still pure rock and roll the whole way. Excellent musicianship, excellent soloing, great intro, and they do all of that in just a little over 3 minutes. It's a really nice song, and definitely a Deep Purple song worth remembering. Like No No No, Anyone's Daughter is another track off of this album I used to not like very much, but now I do. But unlike No No No, it's for one reason and one reason only. The lyrics. The lyrics of Anyone's Daughter are hilarious. The instrumentals, however, just weird. It doesn't sound anything like anything Deep Purple's ever done, and that's not in a good way. So we have like this jaunty, happy-sounding, old-school rockabilly piano going on from Jon Lord, and then we have Ian Gillan singing some really funny lyrics. But then on the other end, there's like this weird atmospheric, eerie droning noise and melancholy chord changes. So there's like this mysterious, eerie vibe to it, and then this funny, silly vibe, and they just don't really mesh that well, and it's just really weird. But the lyrics are hilarious, and that's really all what makes the song. I stood under your bedroom window, throwing up a brick. No one came. I threw one more. That really did the trick. Your daddy came and banged my head. He said, what kind of man is this that's hanging around my girl? And threw me in the can. Chorus. I won't get no more eggs and water, 'cause now I've done laid that farmer's daughter. I just think the lyrics are really funny, but just the instrumental parts just are kind of weird, and I don't really like them. The Mule finds Deep Purple at their very proggiest, and this song is so wonderfully weird it's impossible not to like, and also has this really neat spacey atmosphere to it, which really fits the album cover's design of, well, outer space. The instrumentals are really weird. There's a great jam with Jon Lord and Ritchie Blackmore doing some weird stuff towards the end, and the fact that the drum beat is just constant drum rolls from Ian Pace is really unique. Also, the lyrics from Ian Gillan are just really strange, but just really likable at the same time. Something about becoming a slave to the mule. And so this is just a Deep Purple classic and a great prog jam. Fools is the longest track off of Fireball and is an underrated, understated work of art. And I just love how it so quickly transitions from soft and mellow to loud and rocking. It's a really jarring, intense transition. And then with Ian Gillan just spitting out his vocals so viciously, it adds a lot of bite and energy to this lengthy track. And even though I really could have done without that long, boring, tedious, like 2.5 minute instrumental section where literally nothing happens at all, it only makes it so when the hard rocking part kicks back in, it's only more intense and jarring than it was before, and it makes for a total masterpiece of a track. Maybe it's because I'm only starting. And now for the final track off of Fireball, and one of my favorite Deep Purple songs of all time. No One Came. Gosh, yeah, there's Deep Purple songs that are more famous, ones that are more musically complex, ones that are heavier, ones that are faster, ones that are more emotional, ones that are more epic. Yet, No One Came will always be one of my favorite Deep Purple songs of all time. Roger Glover just laying down a wicked groove on the bass guitar. Ian Gillan, the way he spits out those vocals, so cool, so nonchalant, almost like rapping. And the lyrics, I've never seen lyrics that were so funny, so humorous, yet so clever and almost wise at the same time. And then you add in an awesome guitar solo from guitar god Ritchie Blackmore, and an organ solo from organ wizard Jon Lord, and you got a solid jam that is one of Deep Purple's best ever, and is an excellent way to end an album. So guys, that was Fireball, and to be honest, I really enjoyed this album. And even though it's not as good as In Rock or Machine Head, it's still a really underrated album with lots of good, solid, classic Deep Purple songs. Had a lot of really interesting musical moments, had a really good song selection, and unlike on In Rock, which was mainly just heavy metal and mainly controlled by just Ritchie Blackmore, this one seems to be more of a team effort, with a lot more styles weaved into it to make a more versatile musical selection. So I thought that was cool. Really interesting album. I really liked reviewing it. I really like listening to it. I think it should belong in every single Deep Purple lovers or hard rock lovers CD collection. And I thought it was a good album. Thanks for watching and stay tuned in for more. Bye.